Light it up!
Light it up! Season 2.5? What are we calling this?
Let's do season 3.
Season 3. Season 2 was awfully short. And
that's okay.
It's okay. It's the summer's fault because we had the summer and then...
It's my wedding's fault. It's the summer's fault. It's my honeymoon's fault. We can just put most of this on me.
Now, I believe we had an understanding that after the wedding, we would not hear about the wedding in every episode.
Oh, sorry.
Right?
No. Now we're just going to hear about Japan.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, yeah, so a lot of stuff to zoom through before we get to our super exciting guest. It's Jackie's guest tonight. It was wonderful. We're also doing like a sexy little late night recording tonight, which is new and fun for us.
Night.
You had a long day.
I did.
Day of work and then back to school night. I work at a boarding school, so I'm finishing back to school week. So a lot of stuff going on. So Jackie did finally tie the knot in May. It's a really beautiful ceremony. Two rings on that finger now.
Yes, that's right.
I had the absolutely extraordinary honor of playing at your wedding, so thank you.
It was amazing. Best day ever.
Yeah. And your wedding was beautiful. It was a ton of fun.
Yay,
and then I was in Poland for a long time. I thought
you wouldn't come back.
I wasn't sure if I would be allowed back based on my social media history, but those foreign-born, Democrats have to be careful nowadays.
These days.
Yeah. So there's that. And I had an awesome tour I brought about 75 people on a tour throughout Poland, and we did several concerts and got to see the country, which is really, really awesome. And then I stayed there with my family and had a great time. And then we got back, and then we've just been planning new episodes and stuff, right, JB?
Totally. That's what we've been doing. I'm not going to eat a sweet potato right now.
You better eat that sweet potato.
It's a Japanese one.
See, and Jackie went to Japan with James,
her
now husband, for their honeymoon, which just looked absolutely awesome.
It was.
For a couple of foodies,
amazing.
Japan is the perfect honeymoon, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it's also a really interesting place where everyone follows the rules.
Yeah.
And no one is above anything there.
You'll find actually most other parts of the world are like that.
So weird.
Poland's like that too. Like if you jaywalk, like someone will just throw a beer can at your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very similar. You'll just get really dirty looks.
Yeah.
In Japan. I never eat on the pod, but like I literally,
you gotta do what you gotta do. And you had a super long day.
I did back to school night, talked to some parents, put on my charm hat. They loved it. I loved it.
How whiny were the parents from 1 to 10?
They were silent.
Awesome.
No one talked. And then when they asked me questions and things, and I'm me, so who could be mad at that?
Do the parents just love you immediately, right?
I hope.
Yeah.
When they're silent, I'm unsure. And it's funny because normally my class is a literal explosion, because it's just warming up until I step on the podium, and then everyone, for the most part, is quiet, but not always.
Yeah.
So they were dead silent, because they're adults. So I was literally at one point I was like, wow, it's never this quiet in here. Like my inside voice came out. Like some people laughed. I was like, okay, I'm moving on.
Amazing. So what do you got over there? You got a sweet potato that you're eating with chopsticks? How is that working?
Because it's a bowl of,
it's a bowl of several things.
It's a bowl of ramen. Bowl of udon, excuse me.
Amazing.
Yeah, so obviously after Japan, we were highly inspired by all of the noodle soups and things. We got some noodles, and we added ground beef to the ramen. Last week it was chicken, but James really loves soup. So we're on that soup path. Are you a soup person?
Yeah, of course. With Polish boys. Good old Polak.
Oh,
I love my
yeah,
soups.
true.
Are you usually like a night eater?
We try not to be.
Yeah, I try not to be too because I know it's not good for you.
Mm, but
But boy,
like,
is it hard.
yeah, nights like tonight, it's like unavoidable.
Well, yeah, yeah. If you skip dinner, obviously. But
Right.
I
But
always want to pig out
oh,
at night. And
yes.
so I let myself do it once a week after masterwork rehearsals on Wednesday nights when I get
Okay.
home around 11 o'clock.
Oh my God, it's
That's my
late.
one day a week that I get to go.
Wait,
I watch something and I can just snack and I eat whatever I want. And that's like my cheat
what
thing
do you
during the
eat?
week.
What's like your, wait, don't say it. Hold on. I'm gonna guess. I feel like you're uh I feel like you're not really into sweets.
Uh,
Are you a
yeah,
sweet?
kind of. Yeah.
Like, 'cause some people just go for like cookies, or like
Usually, pretty much at all times in our house, there's some kind of baked good, like a loaf of something
mm,
sweet or like some cookies.
that sounds
So I'll
good
usually
though.
snack on those or just like some chips or pretzels or whatever.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
so we're not talking about like Taco Bell.
No, oh no, 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 no.
Do you not like? Do you never eat fast food?
In a pinch, in an emergency. And do you know, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm like 96.5% sure on this that I've never had Taco Bell. I don't think that I've ever had anything from Taco Bell. Is that weird?
You heard it here first on the podcast, people.
On slip disc tomorrow morning. Martin's.
I am like, I am like in shock, but also I kind of like, that makes sense to me for you. It tracks for you.
Yeah, yeah.
But like one day, like the next time I plan a Masterwork concert, I'm bringing a cheesy gordita crunch like for you. I'm just gonna like put it on the podium.
Oh my God, no way.
You go and eat it.
No way. My only rule above I don't eat Taco Bell is I don't eat anything new on a performance day.
No rehearsal.
Well, if you bring me Taco Bell, I will eat it, but you have to let me use your bathroom.
Sure, it's
Fair
fine.
enough?
I can handle it. Totally can handle it.
Because I've heard some things about their food.
I have been plugging Tanjim to
Yeah,
like everyone at work. So one of my colleagues actually, I
cool.
told her about it like a couple days ago, and she said to me today, she's like, I listened to it, like so funny.
Yeah, we are the best. It's true.
Is she waiting?
No, she's not here in the waiting room yet. So why don't you tell us a little bit about her? Because this was your find and
Yes.
a fellow flautist. I'm so
Yes.
excited for you.
Yes. So the way I connected with Eftihia, Dr.
Okay, first of
Arkoudis.
all, give me the lesson on the pronunciation because I'm not getting it.
Okay. Eftihia Arkoudis. I connected with Eftihia via Instagram. We
Cool.
got to know each other through Instagram. I think I followed her, or maybe we had a mutual friend. It's been a while now since I've been following her on Instagram. And then I connected with her just through posts, commenting, and she was just so real.
Cool.
I greatly admire her flute playing. She actually gave me a couple of lessons over
No
Zoom
way.
years ago. Yeah, just because, you never stop learning for my own improvement and ability. I'm a flute nerd and this is what we do. Um, so I first found out about her really through the quartet, the beta quartets. So I
Yes.
listened to the beta quartet. I was like, oh my God, they're so good. And I was just so impressed by her bio, her flute playing, her worldliness. She's uh, born in Greece, studied in Austria, then the US, made her way to
Cool.
West Virginia University, which is so, it's just, she's a true I'll say global phenomenon. I feel
Cool.
she's a super focused person, which I really admire, and it led to all of her accomplishments and successes as a performer and as an educator, an entrepreneur, a
Yeah.
business person. So I think she has so much to not only offer to this podcast and this interview, but to the music world in general. And I thought she'd also be a great guest because she works with students of all ages.
Yeah.
Teaching, connecting, building relationships, helping people find their way in this world.
For sure. And I think that's a great advice, both for sort of young and up and coming people and existing professionals. Don't be afraid to write to people, like to reach out to people. If you're a fan of somebody, just say hi to them.
Yes. And I was so, I guess, starstruck in a way because she responded back and we connected because I think in a way we're both extroverts. When you play flute, hopefully, when you reach out to another flutist, they connect back with you. It doesn't always happen in the flute world, but she's a special person.
Well, we won't get into some of these stereotypes surrounding flute players. But...
No, let's not.
All right. Well, Dr. Eftihia Arkoudis is here. Shall we let her in? See your face, I think. There she is. Hello, Dr. Arkoudis.
Welcome.
Background. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. How are we?
We're doing great. How are you?
Good. So wait, another name emailed me. Another name is on that screen. Wait.
This is
you got an email from the podcast about half an hour ago.
Tanzim Pod. I see that now.
Oh, Tanzim is not a person. That's our little acronym that we call There Are No Jobs in Music.
Okay. Well, I just glanced at it. That's cool. Well, Tanzim sounds like we're coming from elsewhere. That's nice.
Yeah, Mr. Tanzim Podcast. It's a very exotic, exotic name.
Yes.
Jackie, do you think we should have like a mascot, like a tan guy named Jim, and it could just be Tan Jim?
Tan Jim?
We could try it.
Just a very orange fella named Jim.
Eftihia says no. Eftihia says no.
Well, I know you and Jackie have communicated already and have gotten to know each other a little bit, so it's wonderful to meet you myself, Dr. Arkoudis. And can you just help us that we're pronouncing your name correctly, Eftihia?
Yeah, just call me Eftihia from now on.
Eftihia. Okay.
No, Dr. Arkoudis.
No Dr. Arkoudis from the remainder of the episode.
Yeah,
you got it. Eftihia only. So funny. I remember.
Eftihia means happiness in Greek.
Oh, perfect.
Or blessed, like a blissful.
Yeah.
Just call it. It's not exactly blessing. It's blissfulness.
Blissfulness. Oh, yeah.
That's you, though, for sure.
I'm getting that vibe for sure. Well, welcome. Thank you to our thanks for joining us on our little podcast venture here. We try to talk to music professionals in all kinds of different fields and domains. And we try to do a couple of things. We try to inspire and give information to sort of younger people who are thinking about careers in music or maybe not sure what direction they want to go in, but also for existing professionals and career professionals to just let the rest of us see what else is out there and what other people are up to in this big, beautiful field of ours. So thank you.
I hope I can help.
Of course.
You can.
I tend to be the one with the unpopular opinions.
But that's good. That's what we need more of. And I think we need more people to speak their truths, not be afraid to say what other people are thinking, maybe, which, one thing I learned early on about Eftihia and talking to her is that she says it like it is. And that's great. One thing that I think is really important in this world. Mm-hmm. So where should we begin, Marty?
I wanted to know a little bit about you guys, though, before you get into the questions. Like, I've never met Martin before.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wow. We've never had a guest ask us.
It will be helpful, Martin.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, you call me Marty, and I am a conductor and composer, primarily choral and orchestral music. I direct a large community chorus and a professional chamber choir. I'm the director of music and art at a international boarding academy, so I do choir and orchestral music there as well. I have a church job. I do this podcast. I do music publishing, all kinds of things.
Good. Oh, wow. I'm in the middle of packing. I just thought that I might want to show you something.
Well,
but
feel free.
no,
Show it.
I'm in between two apartments, so I don't even know what
Gosh.
box that might be in right now.
So where are we?
So
Where in the world are we finding you right now?
right
Yes,
now you're finding me in America.
Okay.
Yes, you're
right now.
finding me in West Virginia, and I'm making my way to Pennsylvania.
Ooh, okay. Wonderful.
Yes.
Ooh,
Are you in New Jersey?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are both
Okay,
in New Jersey.
so
Yep.
both of you are there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, and how do we know each other?
Jackie, years and years ago, was a wee
Years.
little student in my elementary conducting class at Montclair State University.
Oh, okay.
I just chose a class. I said, "Who's Martin Sedek?"
And boy, did you find out.
Yeah, but
And
like
boy, did I
Sedek,
find out.
what is the origin of Sedek?
Sedek is Polish,
Polish. Okay, good.
and it
It
means
sounded Polish.
judge, which is why I'm so judgy.
Well, it's okay. We need judging. As long
We
as it's
do.
constructive, you know?
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I'm
You might
almost
be,
always judgy in a positive way.
that's good. I don't know, conductor?
I'm always walking around saying,
Negotiator?
"You're awesome. I've judged you, and I've determined that you're great. I love you."
Sometimes. So I think, Marty, we should start by asking Eftihia, what is your job in music? You
Yeah, wow.
ended, but let's start. Okay. So we could say, what is your job or jobs in music?
Yeah, a lady once asked me, "Do you have a job or is your job everything you love to do?"
Hmm.
And basically, it has taken some time, but I have turned all of my interests into my revenue, I guess.
Great.
So, I mean, that is what we know in the music industry as portfolio career, and I think a lot of musicians do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very difficult to maintain sustainability
Mm-hmm.
unless you make it your baby, your full-time job, which means that for a long time before you delegate, you are everything yourself for your company, and you're doing everything yourself. But I guess I have had the trajectory of performer teacher, chamber musician,
Mm.
and then our chamber group, we turned into a business, a for-profit business. We've been together for 10 years. Along with that, I got flute professor and adjunct lecturer jobs in the music industry,
Mm-hmm.
teaching flute, and music business now at the University of Florida. But in the meantime, I've also been running a nonprofit organization, music
Wow.
organization. So I was running the community music program at the West Virginia University for 3 years, before I left that job to basically be my own, I don't know how to say, my own boss.
Yeah.
So this past year, I did all things run my own career where I wanted to be, teaching, performing, and traveling to record and perform. And this year, I got a job at PIPO, the Pittsburgh Youth Philharmonic Orchestra in Pittsburgh.
Wow. Congrats.
So yeah, thank you.
So
Round of
good.
applause.
Congratulations.
I
Yeah.
really wanted to move to Pittsburgh. I've been working on it for, it's been in my mind, but I wasn't working on it. But this past year I worked on it.
Great.
And I was like, I'm just going to apply for jobs in Pittsburgh and it's going to be jobs exactly as I want them. So I
Mm-hmm.
applied for 4 or 5 jobs and I got this one. I was very determined, which is a stark contrast to apply for 37 jobs in a year and
Yeah.
get none or get
Right.
one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was like, if it's meant to be, I just kind of went, I won't care too much. If it's meant to be, it will happen, but it has to have what I need it to have. So
Exactly.
Great.
I was kind of going off on faith there.
Yeah.
And now I'm there as they haven't had this position before, so I'm excited because it's the first time that PIPO has a membership and operations coordinator.
Wow.
So I have the opportunity to work with their executive director. We are on the same team and we're running this nonprofit organization. So somehow life has steered me in performance teaching and nonprofit.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And also doing fundraising and global outreach, at the Tampere Flute Festival in Finland.
Ooh, so we have
And
to talk
So
about that for
cool.
sure.
Yes.
Can we back up even more and just take us all the way back in a little bit, just how you got into music in general? What inspired you to
Yeah, give
pick
us
up
the
a flute
background.
at whatever age it was?
you're asking the wrong person. I love to tell stories. I might not stop. You need to have a timer or
No,
something.
don't worry. We'll have a safe word for you.
Okay, giraffe.
Giraffe.
Giraffe. Okay, perfect. Tell us more about the giraffe.
Um, how I got into music. Oh, I was in marching band when I
Ah,
was 12.
In
So
Greece.
actually, I was taking piano lessons when I was 6, I started.
Me too.
I think I was bored of it, and my mom put me in keyboard. So
uh-huh.
synthesizer, pop music,
Yeah.
And
popcorn.
this was in
This
Greece,
was in
correct?
Greece, yeah.
Okay.
Um, and this was in Athens, Greece. And I really liked the keyboard. Like that, I was really jamming with that. It was my thing. And then I was 12 and a marching band came in our neighborhood at the same time that a music school opened in our neighborhood. So there were many music schools in Athens and Attica, basically. But it was the first one to ever open up in the south, in the suburbs by the beach.
Hmm.
So
Nice.
I was so everything happened at once, and I was like, okay, for some reason, I was like, I want to go. Take me there. Where is that? And I think that's because of Corfu. I come from Corfu.
Okay.
I don't know if we know where Corfu is, but just in case we don't, is the northest island of Greece. It's right between Italy and the north part of Greece, specifically Albania. So if you find Albania and then you find
Hmm.
Italy, right in between you find Corfu. So it's
Wow.
part of
Okay.
Wow.
the Ionian Islands, and Corfu has like a history of marching band, musical island. Everybody on the island, almost everybody sings or plays a music instrument, whether it's fiddle or woodwind instruments or brass.
Wow.
And the island has, I think, over 20 marching bands. I think at some point it was 27. So that for like one island, you can tell how much history it is. It's like a heavily musical island. So I think that maybe because I was watching them as I was growing up, because we would go to Corfu every summer, Easter, Christmas, I was kind of drawn to marching band.
Mm.
So I asked my parents to take me there. And I think it was just a serendipitous moment where whoever was demonstrating the flute just sat at the right corner.
Mm.
As the sun was hitting the flute, it created like a little rainbow at the end of the flute.
Whoa.
And I was like,
So
oh,
magical.
I didn't care about anything else. Like, that's the
Yeah.
story. I was like, that's
Wow.
my instrument. I
Yeah.
don't need to think about it. So, and then that person was demonstrating trills and sounding like a bird. And I was like, yeah, this is the instrument for me.
Wow.
So I just went with it, marching band. I was in the marching band for years, and I wasn't really taking music seriously. Like I loved music, I was doing it for me, but I began to notice that I wanted to do that more than anything else.
Mm.
So I kind of locked that away somewhere. And I went into science.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so my bachelor,
Twist.
I went into science, my bachelor's in food science specifically. So a lot of math, chemistry,
Wow.
all of that science. And then at the same time, I gave my entry exams for the Athens Conservatory. So you're a conductor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you know Dimitris Mitropoulos of the New York Philharmonic?
Yes.
Okay, so he
I
graduated.
know of him. I don't know him personally, but
He
yeah.
he graduated a long time ago. Graduated from the Athens Conservatory and
Okay.
Maria Callas as well.
Sure.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
there's a little bit of a backstory with Maria Callas and the Athens Conservatory, but I
Yeah.
usually mention it so that people understand that it is the golden rule
Right.
of conservatories in
Of
Greece. One.
course. Of course.
Right.
So I gave entry exams there, and then I was that's it. We don't really have double majors in college in Greece,
Hmm.
so I was double majoring in two different institutions. So I was doing science by day and music by night.
In two
Wow.
different schools.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
it
That's
incredible.
wild. Yeah.
It was wild, but I've continued this type of wild life ever since, really.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, and then I graduated from both, and different events happened, and the story is I I called my friend. I was called in to do a sub gig at the Athens Concert Hall
Mm-hmm.
the same day that I was supposed to go present my dissertation with my colleague on olive oil, on extra virgin olive oil, at a major conference in the second capital of Greece. And I remember calling her and saying, I love you. Take the dissertation, remove my name if you want to. Go present, get yourself a job. I'll be playing at the Athens Concert Hall that day.
Wow.
And
Whoa.
yeah, but at the same time, that period, I got an interview with Unilever. Unilever is like a
Yeah,
major,
sure.
Yes.
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 And the guy interviewing me at the end said, I've enjoyed our time together. You're probably hired unofficially. I just want to know, what do you do in your free time? I said, well, I don't have free time because I'm a musician when I'm
Mm.
not in science. He said, oh my God, I play the saxophone. The whole conversation is going out of proportions now. We're like both geeking out in music. And he says, okay, I don't know how I'm going to tell you this. I said, what? He says, I'll hire you. The job is yours, but the way you speak about music is not the same.
Mm.
And maybe you want to think about this. You have the job. Maybe however you want to think about this. And so I woke up at 3 a.m. and I told my family that I think I'm just going to move to either Austria or Germany and change careers.
Wow.
We had to have a
Whoa.
family meeting of like,
Yeah.
how exactly are you going to go about this right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So then I studied German for 8 months. I prepared for my auditions and I moved to Austria to pursue music full time.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. And so then I went ahead to actually to study again there and prepare for auditions to go in college for a master's degree. And I ended up coming for a master's degree in America.
Wow.
So that's master's and doctorate here.
That's
Same
amazing.
school, West Virginia, both.
Yes, so I was supposed to be here for 2 years because I had a job back in Austria with a chamber orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Amazing.
would travel. I was also playing with the Greek Turkish youth orchestra. I had the different ensembles over. So I was here for 2 years to do my master's, the dream come true,
Mm-hmm.
and go back. But graduating from my master's here, I won a few competitions and they kept me for a doctorate, full full scholarship, everything. I didn't say no to that. And
Why would
then
you?
beta happened during my doctorate. And before
Right.
I graduated from my doctorate, I got a job in the field. So then that was it. Then the pandemic hit, and that was a very interesting time. A lot of a lot of chaos, but a lot of beauty. It was very contradicting. At least for me, not everybody had this experience.
Right.
And then I won the job here at West Virginia University as the community music program director. So I came back and maintained that and teaching flute.
Yeah.
And then at some point, as of last year, I started leaving jobs and doing my own thing. Yeah.
Well, I guess I mean I think that sort of partial pivot or full pivot from performing to arts administration or something along those lines is fairly common. So yeah, I mean I would love as just a first starting off point, maybe just talk about that a little bit in terms of what your life is like now, like the balance between playing and more administrative side of things.
Um, Playing is very important to me.
Yeah.
If not, I enjoy live performance more than I enjoy recording.
Mm-hmm.
But it was important. Okay, can I say this? So again, knowing that not everybody had a good experience during the pandemic, my story was that I had been away from home for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And to make a career happen, you need to constantly work many jobs to pay your way, right? So it got very exhausting and go, 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 go. And during the pandemic, we experienced quite a bit of loss, and as a family too. And I kind of, however, had the time for the first time in years to slow
Yeah.
down.
Right.
And in the slowing down, I discovered that there was another type of life or lifestyle that was better for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I started making little changes to figure out how to get performance, teaching, and business all in one package.
Yeah.
Like do all three at once, not have to do one more than the other, but balance it out. And then this nonprofit leadership position landed in my lap. That was a major teacher for me on so many levels that we would need another episode to describe
We'll
it.
have you back. We'll have you back to talk about the community program.
And I already am prone to business. I have a lot of skills in business. So it's not that the monster was the business side. It was realizing a lot about effectiveness, rewards, productivity, teamwork. It was many other things. And work-life balance.
Yeah. Huge.
That was a huge one
And
for me.
something most artists struggle with.
And being that I come from Europe, where we value work-life balance, no, I shouldn't say value, but that's our life.
Yeah.
It's
Work-life
better.
balance,
It's better
yeah,
than in the US for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
We
US
don't
is like,
live to work,
yeah.
We work to live,
we
right?
work to live.
Yeah.
And although things have changed post-pandemic and financial crisis looks a little bit different in each country right now, so you can't really generalize it, but it's better over in Europe still than in America when it comes to work-life balance. So I was running that program for 50 plus hours a week. And I was not sacrificing performance and I was not sacrificing teaching. So I was literally going full on. And that, although I thought I was protecting myself, yes, I was not. I've hit a major burnout and I realized, oh, no. You had some data during the pandemic. You discovered some things during the pandemic. So there's a video of me saying at some point, one day I will go back to that lifestyle where I'll be working really hard for 4 days a week. And the next 3 days, it will be self-care, flute, traveling to perform.
I see that more on your Instagram now, which I like to see. Like the other day, you posted something about a hike, and I was like,
Right.
go on the hike.
In 2025, that video was in 2022, and in 2025, I'm doing it. And
Good.
this is why now, when I was applying for this job to move, my intention was I'm moving, but people were sending me these amazing jobs,
Yeah.
like full-time jobs, sustainability, you get all your benefits, everything, ideal jobs, right?
Right.
And there are some that I didn't even apply for. And when I was asked why I'm not applying for them, I said, because my vision, what I need after everything that I have experienced so far, is that I get to do what I did, but there is time for me to do what I need for my body and my health.
Yeah, of course.
And
Yes, for
also
sure.
at the same time, be able to, I don't know, like get paid my value for what
Oh,
I bring
yeah.
to people,
Yeah.
and not work for 50 and 70 hours a week and get paid less than $60,000.
Well, I think again, as you mentioned before, these portfolio careers are so common in the arts and especially in music, because there are a lot of jobs in music, as we're discovering, but few sort of bare bones 9 to 5. You clock in, you clock out. So many of us have these portfolio careers. We're doing a lot of different things in order to patch things together that we need, and so burnout is just so common,
So
because
common.
so many musicians have 2, 3, 4, 5 different part-time jobs that they're patching
And
together.
it comes with time that you discover what patch works for you.
Exactly.
And also, I do
Exactly
want to
right.
say, because I don't mind disclosing it, that I am 37. So I am saying all of this,
Oh,
but
you're a baby.
I am a baby.
Yeah.
But it's important for younger musicians to know that I'm saying this after I have been doing this for 20 years,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
That I have done so much to eventually, so much, the trial and error, right?
Yeah. Trial and
So
error is
much
huge.
trial and error, so
So
much
much.
experimentation, doing what people told me I should do, doing what I thought I should do, doing what I needed to do,
Yeah.
all of it to eventually get to the point of, okay, we can now pivot, I think, or we can have the faith to pivot, come up with a plan,
Yeah.
follow through with the plan, and see what happens. You have to prototype.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what is sometimes missing from artists, that the leap of faith is hard to take because we think that the moment we go we exit something, we have to enter something that will immediately work.
Right. Right.
Otherwise, we will be coined many adjectives. So it's it's important to know that no successful business has been successful without prototyping first.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I promised myself that the year coming out of exiting from nonprofit into teaching and performing full time,
Mm.
I will prototype it and I
Yeah.
will see what works and what doesn't work. And then
Sure.
I tweaked it the second term, and then I tweaked it over the summer, and now I'm going for year two. But it needs to it needs to evolve every
Sure.
time to figure
Yeah.
Of
it out.
course.
And portfolio careers, the beauty, you will notice that the people who are pursuing it, yes, they are artists, but usually they are individuals that are very good at many things,
Mm-hmm.
and they also value something much more than the job itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
There
what
is
is that
something that
for
they
you?
value so much that they
Right.
have to have it in their life. So
Mm-hmm.
they're willing to let go of the security of the 9 to 5 job and figure out how to get that security outside of a 9 to
So
5.
what is that for you?
Yeah, what is that for you?
For me, it was my health,
Mm.
both physical and mostly not so much mental health, but I think when my physical was going out the window, my mental was going out the window.
Well, sure.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yep,
Right?
for sure.
So, I think that for sure, and having time to, I like to create, not just like playing wise, but like write and create games and create teaching material. Like I like to go a little bit,
Hmm.
I like to engage a little bit differently with what I do in terms of teaching. And I found myself not being able to do that when I was giving all of my time and caring for the program to be successful.
Sure.
Mhm.
And that I realized that for me, I needed to figure out that golden balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think going off of that, I mean, obviously I have been very privileged to experience your teaching and just you as a person. It's one of the reasons why, Marty and I were thinking of our next guest, and I was like, Eftihia has to be our guest. I deeply admire you, which I'm
Yeah.
sure you know, but I'll say it
Oh,
again. I really do. So, and one of the things that, I know I struggle with, I'm sure Marty struggles with this, and I'm sure our listeners, especially younger people, Gen Z in particular, and
hmm.
younger who will struggle. How do you balance it? How do you manage your time? With everything that you do, I mean, obviously you say prototype, so you have to figure out the way in which to
What
do that.
works for you?
Right. But like, I mean, one of the things you said to me was, yeah, 8:30 is fine, but my bedtime is 10. So I said,
Yes.
yes, girl, I'm trying to get to that point as well. And I'm getting better at it for sure. I'm sort of in this prototype phase myself this school year, but,
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, talk about that. I think that's something Marty and I have actually missed with other guests. Like, how do you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like artists, again, it's hard because I don't want to put everybody under like the same umbrella.
That's okay.
Yeah,
The
we're only talking
majority,
about you.
yeah,
Just you.
the majority of artists, they need visceral experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you need to feel something
Mm-hmm.
to understand it, and that's why we're like so deeply expressive, and all these songs that are being written, we have to experience the story to write about it or play for it, the emotion. So, girl, for me to try and sleep at 10, I have suffered. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say close your phone 1 hour before 10 and then do your self-care routine. Like, there's so much advice out there on what to do.
Of
And
course.
really, I have found that just a switch flips when my body gets to a point of, you didn't listen once, you didn't listen twice. I'm gonna have to do something now for you to pay attention. So that might just be because I'm stubborn and I think I'm running on Energizer Bunny and like fuel. It's like I go, 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 go. For some reason, I have no idea where all this energy is coming from, but I wasn't listening to what my body needed. So it's several things happened. And in the meantime, I was also needed often, apart from like going over to Europe to perform and teach and do public speaking and workshops and stuff. I needed to go back for my family to a few times, and I realized if I don't have a body to go back and forth, I'll just be sick or paralyzed. I won't be able to do what I love anymore.
Yeah.
So that's when it hit me that I experienced a couple of health incidents that told me now is the time for you to take me seriously. And it's bad to say, but I had no other choice.
Yeah.
I was given no other choice but to sit and use my healing periods as a moment of how will you switch it? How will you change it?
So that was sort of the impetus for this move now out of the nonprofit and back to.
And I'm going back into the nonprofit because I'm realizing that there is a purpose for me there.
Sure.
Right? So I wanted to go back into it, but in a reimagined way, in a different way.
Yeah, yeah.
And continue doing what I'm passionate about through Eva Arts Collective, which is my own company.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's my mother's name. Where did Eva come from?
Oh, Eftihia
Your initials.
Arkoudis.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know your middle name, so there you go.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Yes, my middle name is Victoria.
Oh, Marty, I didn't know your mom's name was Eva.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's such a nice little like connection on the pod.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've really come across this topic on the podcast yet, Jackie, of nonprofits and that aspect of the administrative side. Could you talk about that a little bit? Because obviously these nonprofits and community organizations are so important to the entire musical landscape, but they also require people very much like yourself who have a little bit more of that type A and that right brain going for them. But it's so great, and it is such a gift to have an artistic side and a more sort of, organizational, managerial, business-minded side. And I think that is just especially beneficial to these nonprofits that are out there, so many, and they're all doing such incredible work to the entire domain of music. So I would love to hear just a couple of minutes about, what your experience was like there, what you feel like you got out of that, and what you brought to the table.
Oh, wow. You said a couple of minutes? No, just kidding.
Well, we're keeping an eye on your bedtime here.
Yes, yeah. We got you.
And I do have to say that I still do suffer sometimes from apnea, right? Like insomnia, sorry.
Insomnia, yeah.
Insomnia, yeah, for sure.
So like I do have to relax so that my brain can go, okay, close off.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for musicians to do that. I struggle deeply.
Yeah.
This thing, I have to negotiate with my brain.
Yeah.
to stop. But with the nonprofits, I always felt like I had this inclination towards business because when I was in my master's here at West Virginia University,
Yeah.
um, I was given the choice to do music industry courses.
Mm.
And I took the opportunity and I realized while I was taking these music industry courses that, oh my, this is great for me because it allows me to take all of my experience from all these other jobs that I've done in
Mm-hmm.
communications, marketing, restaurants, and take all of that and kind of like apply it in nonprofit. Like I didn't say nonprofits at the time, but like to lead my own career,
Yeah.
like bring business in the whole game. Um,
Right.
and that's when Beta Quartet, the quartet that I have co-founded, also started in 2016, and it all kind of came together. And I suggested we decided to do our first album as a result of being the first flute quartet to make it in the semifinals of the Fishoff National Chamber Music Competition. And
Oh, wow.
So good, Marty. Listen to the
Yeah,
album.
yeah, yeah.
They're
we're
killing.
coming out with a new album now.
Oh, good.
That's
Okay.
Yes,
exciting.
actually, we got the mixes, the rough
I'm
mixes.
gonna play it for my middle school flutist.
Hell
So
yeah.
fucking
So it all kind of coincided, and I was like, if we're gonna produce an album, we might as well turn ourselves into a for-profit or open up a bank account or run this as a business because we're gonna be making maybe revenue from the album.
right.
And it was a really good year because we had a lot of performances and we were able to sell.
Mm.
And so I started applying a lot of this knowledge with my colleagues in the quartet. We started like putting it all together.
Yeah.
And I got excited. I like this because why did I like it so much? Because I could have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that in my own career or in everything I was doing, I could take an idea that I had in my brain and realize it to a point of becoming tangible.
Mm-hmm.
And I could take it, I could make this image an actual reality.
Yeah.
And I could figure out all the steps to get there without drowning. So I learned that
Mm-hmm.
structure. Obviously, we all drown, but it's like I learned how to break it down into actionable steps that are manageable. And then I kind of got into project management. And then I realized that you cannot make anything in music come true unless you know where to find the money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, so now we have to learn how to get the money.
Yeah.
And once you get the money, nothing move. And let's just say you do everything great. Nothing will move unless humans are involved.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people say that, do networking. And I find the word networking very inauthentic. I know maybe because it's been very overused, like many other words now.
Mm.
Yeah. I
But
think it means something else in the corporate world.
yes,
I think artists have a better grasp on what networking actually is than
and I
just
think networking the way we do
participating in
it
things.
in the industry, like in the artistic world, is
Yeah.
more building a community.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are building communities because really, when
Yes.
we all come together to create, it's like this synergy. It's like we're co-creating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
100%.
not like a business transaction.
Yeah.
It's an
It's
energy.
lifelong. It's
It's an
lifelong.
energy transaction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're building communities, we're building teams, and people, humans are the ones that help you move mountains because if the experience is good, like the two of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to do more of that.
Right.
And then people want to do more of this with you, and then you want to do more of it with them. And then that is what creates all these projects. And a lot of what happens in the music world is that when you lose, I'll say different. When you know that there's something coming up next month, there's something coming up next month. As long as you know there's something coming up, you keep the momentum.
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
But when you don't see what's coming up, you start doing this.
Yeah.
And then you start feeling unworthy. You start feeling bad for yourself. And you're like, oh, I'm a failure. Because nobody thinks that, oh, I just need to find a way to keep the momentum.
Yeah.
So when we're here today and it's September, we should all be kind of planting seeds already for January,
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
That is where I find the concept of time management also
Mm-hmm.
overused, because it's not about time management, it's about idea management.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I find, and I also shared this in one of my panels, that time management, yeah, it's very important to figure out what works for you. Like, if for me, there are three systems that I'm combining together for my time management, but idea management is something that's not talked about because it's unique among artists.
Mm. Yeah.
Because you're cooking, you're thinking. You're taking a shower, you're thinking. You're in the car, you're thinking.
Yeah.
You're constantly downloading ideas, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Some of
For
them
sure.
might be the next epic thing you do. Some of them might be completely useless. You just got influenced by something or someone. And then comes the question, oh, which one do I do next? Or what do I do next? And then you get overwhelmed and then you do nothing.
Mm.
And so
I've run into that so many
all
times.
artists, it's a thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's what we
worthwhile.
are. We're like polymaths, creative, resourceful. I mean, if in
Mm-hmm.
your friendships, you will notice that it's usually the artist that will come forth with like an out-of-box solution for something, you know?
Yeah.
So it's normal. It's normal. You just your brain is wired to be a renaissance-y
Mm-hmm.
energy. So it's okay to honor that. I think what happens is that we want to do everything the way the rest of the world does it, and then we feel bad for ourselves. But if we honor the fact that we download ideas, then we're going to
Mm-hmm.
find a way to manage those. So think about it as big ideas, mega ideas, and smaller ideas, or macro ideas, micro ideas.
Yeah.
Just, but in order for this to work, an artist should have their mission statement.
Mm.
And it doesn't
We didn't
matter
say that.
if you're, this is something the nonprofit taught me to loop back, right?
Mm-hmm.
As an artist, I always knew what I like to do. And I knew that my purpose as an artist was to communicate something. And then I found what it is I wanted to communicate. And
Mm-hmm.
then that's how I chose my repertoire. That's how I
Yeah.
chose what I was going to play. That's how I chose who I was going to collaborate with because of what I wanted to communicate on stage.
Yeah.
But then when the nonprofit came in and more business work came in, and I had to write all these mission statements, vision statements, values, and so forth, and come up with 1, 3, 5 year strategic planning, I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that, oh my, this can be also applied on an individual level.
Wow. So we should all be treating ourselves like a giant nonprofit.
And
And
because I teach,
I love that.
I mean, it is what it
I
is.
love
And
that
I teach,
too.
because
I
I teach
know.
music business, it kind of also clicked together for me when I was telling my students, okay, what are the 5 external environments that an open business needs to always interact with?
Oh.
And we are an open business. The music industry is an open business,
Mm-hmm.
and so are we.
Mm-hmm.
A closed business
People.
would be a closed business would be NASA. NASA doesn't need to interact with any
Right.
environment other than space,
That's
right?
right. No, that's absolutely right.
Us, we need to. And the most important, so we get affected by what happens in society. We
Mm-hmm.
get affected by what happens with the law. We
Mm-hmm.
get affected with what happens with activism. We get affected with what happens with
Sure.
economical, and we get affected with what happens with technology.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we treat ourselves like an open business and we ask ourselves, how are we interacting with all these environments? Then you start figuring out that in order to keep momentum and sustainability, you
Mm-hmm.
have to think like you're a nonprofit organization. So then I went ahead and I created my own mission as a potential nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the idea management made sense because when I realized what my mission and vision was as an artist, I was like, okay, so the mega ideas are the ideas that line up
Mm-hmm.
with my mission and vision. So those are my yeses.
Yeah.
So these are the ideas that I will pursue immediately. And then I would start putting it, I will pursue it in 6 months, I will pursue it in a year, and so forth. I also accept that sometimes my timing is not realistic, so I always give a little bit of extra puff for me.
That's
Sure.
smart. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And I also give me a deadline because I can be a procrastinator.
Huh.
So I have both. No,
That's
good to,
something, yeah,
it's good
that's
to admit it. I'm no
a big
longer
one.
gonna like not admit it. It is what it
Hmm.
is. And so then you have the ideas that pop up because they're beautiful and great and quirky and blah. And so I'm like, is this social media worthy or is this box worthy?
Hmm.
Because if it doesn't like line up with my immediate plans on that mission,
Hmm.
then it goes in a box. I have like a little
Mm.
I have like a little box that I put it in. Now also I discovered because of my job with Pipo and my supervisor and colleague, I use Todoist. So that is a game changer for me. But the idea is the idea management.
Yeah.
Once artists start realizing that not all ideas are pressing,
Hmm. Very
it
true.
starts becoming a little bit less overwhelming. And also, I know that a lot, we use digital a lot right now, but I
Yeah.
kind of do a combination of digital and analog
Yeah.
because I have realized I knew it, but I have also realized it in action that when I write things out, it doesn't matter if I'm seeing it all the time or if it's on my fridge or if it's in my notebook, but if I have written something down, it gets saved.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I would
true.
agree for sure.
And then it happens. And then another thing that nonprofit taught me, third thing that nonprofit taught me, is you have to create impact reports for the end of
Mm.
the year. And it's good to create those impact reports too and use them when you are doing your strategic planning.
Yeah.
Because when
Self-reflection on a giant
yeah,
scale. Yeah.
and that is something I had started with beta because another thing that artists don't do often unless they are aware of the work they're putting in, because we tend to also underestimate everything we do, is celebrate
Mm.
all the milestones.
Yeah.
Like focus more on evolution rather than achievements,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
I love that so much, and I'm gonna steal it and put it on a poster in my band room.
Yeah.
Focus on evolution more than achievement. 1,000%.
Focus on evolution and yeah, forgo the achievements. Just focus on the evolution journey.
Yeah.
You don't want to be part of the natural selection, but
Yeah, yeah.
definitely focus on evolution. And the reason I'm saying that is because finding ways to celebrate those milestones is very important. So writing down your 1 year, your 3 years, your five
Yeah.
years is great because it gives you this macro vision of how you're going to plan things.
Hmm.
But then when the first year is done and you go back and you reflect on everything that took place, you can go ahead and revise your years 3 and 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every time I was doing my impact report for the nonprofit, I was finding myself having exceeded what I had set out myself to do because I would do the strategic planning, but I would never look at it again.
Mm.
I do
Mm-hmm.
it,
Interesting. Yeah.
and this is something I do. Like the other day, I found it posted randomly. I have no idea where I found it as I was moving that said, "You're one decision away from a whole different life." And I saw it and I was like, oh my, that was when I decided, because I was between two different states and
Yeah.
two different countries.
Yeah.
And then different events took place on my birthday. And I'm also a little bit like, I believe in magic.
100%.
And I just chose my state.
Yeah.
On my birthday, I just said aloud, okay, I'm moving there. I had no job, no house, no plan, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just on my birthday, I said, I'm moving to Pittsburgh. So I called my friends and I said, I'm moving to Pittsburgh. And they're like, what happened? You got a job? What's going on? Like, I said, no, I'm just letting you know I'm moving to Pittsburgh. So I'm just putting it out there. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm just that end of conversation,
So
okay?
you really just manifested Pittsburgh and
Well, yeah. And the word, that the other thing with manifested, right? It's that
I said it very sarcastically.
I
I hope you
know.
could
Okay,
tell.
great.
Okay.
I'm glad you did because like I am all magical and stuff, but not I am like I believe in magic. That's what I mean. But manifesting is basically you put an intention out
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
and you started taking action.
Right.
So you made it
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
So
Right. If you
I was
don't,
like,
it won't
yeah, like,
happen.
hey, I'm moving to Pittsburgh, but then sitting here and looking at the sky.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
What's gonna happen? Nothing, right?
Exactly. Well,
So,
there is no sky.
right, there you go. Stars, stars, yay.
I love that so
So
much.
that's what happened. You set the intention and then you go backwards. So that's another thing that nonprofit taught me that you live backwards. It's weird. The second thermodynamic law works at
Ah.
nonprofit.
Okay.
Because going backwards, you have to set all, or maybe that works for me. Maybe this is how I did it. But going backwards, you hit all the milestones. You're like, what do I have to do to be there by that time? What do I have to do to be there at that time? And so then going backwards, you find what your beginning needs to look like.
Right.
And then you can make your actionable steps as small as you need them to.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that nonprofit taught me, that we tend to want to eat the whole cake. Or when we cut a piece out of the cake, it's huge. We can start with a slither. You can start with something as small as, let me email this person.
Yeah.
And then that gets off of your list.
Right.
So you have these big milestones that feel like an entire cake, but then you go backwards from each cake and you start doing the little slithers.
Yeah.
And if people start taking as much of a, like such tiny steps, call them tiny steps, something as small as like do this phone call or follow up with this email, or even as like put a timer for 5 minutes. Another thing that I'm really bad at, you said focus. Like I could be doing one thing with one hand, one thing with the other, and multitasking is a myth. We think it works, it doesn't.
It is. It's the musician, like ADHD brain.
It's such an illusion.
Yeah.
I experienced
So
the same thing.
I said this to my colleague once, and my colleague got me a timer.
Ooh, that's a cute
I
one.
used to do the phone timer,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it works.
Hmm.
This changed me forever.
What is that time? Can you actually send it to me on Instagram?
I'm pretty sure that like, if you go on Amazon, you put it it's just the fact that it's physical.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like an exact brand.
No, I think it's the fact that it's not my phone, so I can forget my phone somewhere, like I can throw it on the floor.
And because every time you pick up your phone,
don't
you'll
know.
do 10 other things on the phone. Yeah.
I don't know where my phone is now.
Today
And now
I
have a
said,
timer.
yeah, well today in band actually I'm like bitch, you do warm-ups for too long. So I was just like, Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. Oh,
I literally plan out my students, like I'll sit and I'll tell them 10 minutes this, 20 minutes that.
Yes,
and put
yes.
your time, get your timer or put your phone on airplane mode.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're gonna have that thing off of airplane mode, forget it. You're done. You're not practicing. There's no way.
Right.
So, and that's like, okay, because for the nonprofit to loop you back in, these are like some of the many things. But if I want to talk about huge impact, I had these mega ideas for the nonprofit. I was like, if we're going to have a music organization that is about accessibility and affordability in the state of West Virginia, then we have to do things that align with the demographic, historically make sense, culturally make sense, but also brings people in. And to bring people in, I don't know. I feel like people are not so much touched by the generic language anymore. You want to bring people in by giving them something you anticipate they will connect with. So So what I did is I tried to keep an open door for them to tell me to come to my office or send me an email or from the Qualtrics surveys, kind of give them like the option of share with me what you would like for me to host that you would connect with, that you would come in for.
Right.
And so that information helped me plan the next term and the next term, and then the summer camps and the summer festivals and so forth. And I would connect with all these people in the community trying to build these initiatives. And so then all the classes would meet the minimum enrollment because a lot of them were classes that people had asked for. And that was one thing that I noticed, that I don't have to just guess it. All I have to do is just ask, what do you want to see?
Yeah.
Do you want to engage with?
Right.
And then make it happen. And what that also taught me is that marketing is the most important thing a nonprofit will ever do. And it's not just social media.
Yeah.
Vintage marketing is what I call it now. It's
That's great.
it's not flyers, right? Vintage marketing is not, let me just take flyers and put them out there. It's human connection. Word of mouth is the strongest way for a nonprofit to survive and to thrive. Because if Mom A really loved working with you, she's going to tell Mom B. And then Mom C is going to tell Mom C. And then Dad, who plays the horn in the orchestra, will tell his buddy to come play with him. Hey, take your trombone out. Let's go play in the brass ensemble.
Yeah.
But then they all start growing, because what we do, we're building community. So really what it is community engagement and making it such a good experience. So your responsibility as a nonprofit is to provide a very good experience. Arts always suffer. I know we always make it sound like the arts are dying, the arts this, the arts that. The arts have always been in this situation.
On the brink of death. It's refreshing though to hear that, because I think that for our listeners especially, and young people coming up, I meet so many students as you do, as we all do, who consider a career in the arts and move away from it. They're like, oh, I'm just going to be an engineer. I'm just going to go into something lucrative, something safe, instead of doing something that they really, really love. But, the truth is really in all that you're saying, that, it's always been this suffering art form.
It is. It is, because it wasn't meant to be a monetary job.
Right.
Right.
That's the thing. In ancient times it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
It was an essential part of education. At the essential, I'm not going to go into all ancient Greece stuff right now. It's such just such stereotypical of a Greek, but definitely it wasn't meant to be a profitable venture, and we are trying to make it a profitable venture.
Right.
Well, the world's just gotten big enough to allow the room for that.
Yes, and the other thing is, I actually don't, judge is not the right word. I understand people who give up on music, because I do think it takes a specific type of personality to keep on doing this.
I agree.
Okay? And it's
okay to not be that.
And it's okay to not be that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay for that not to be your plan A.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you are also the personality that is their plan A. And you're willing to. So there were plenty of times that I could have given up music. It's not that I didn't have something else to fall back on. I could have at any time go back on my degree.
Sure.
Or go back home and figure it out. But when I decided I was leaving to pursue another career, when I shifted careers at 24, for me that was plan A
Yeah.
until I made it. For me, it was like that was I was committing to that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I did the opposite. So still am determined to figure out how to do this in a way that works because I honestly can't see me do something else.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that I have stayed committed to for so long.
Right.
And
Well, and I think it's safe to say that's what it takes.
in everything.
Yeah.
In
Perseverance.
music, in relationships, in friendships, in family, it takes for you to decide what you're committing to succeed in.
Mm-hmm.
And
In podcasting. Everything.
it's how you
Everything.
get the message through.
Oh, yeah.
And I think what I'm trying, it's okay to want to give up, and it's okay to want to change things. I think a lot of times we don't want to evolve. That's what happens. But the ones who succeed, and you see them years later in the industry, the one thing everybody's going to tell you in their own words, but they're all going to say the same thing, is that they evolved, that they stayed flexible,
Right.
that they adjusted.
Yeah.
That I could no longer do that in 2025 because of this, but then by 2028, I was doing that.
Yeah. Right.
Right? And that's
Yeah.
what it is. A lot of the Gen Z, what's happening is the way I see it from my students at least, and obviously this is my perspective, and I'm curious to hear yours, is that they have reached an emotional intelligence and expansion of the world around them much quicker than us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Couldn't agree more with that.
And they have developed a sense of awareness that would come later in life usually, and it's hitting, like it has found them sooner.
Yeah.
It's almost too soon.
It's almost too soon. I agree. But at the same time, it's happening in a world where everything is moving rapidly, very quick. So by the time they've adjusted to something else has come.
Yeah.
So they have become, without them knowing it, they've just developed this skill for adaptability and flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
But with every gift they have received, they've also received a curse.
Sure. Yeah.
The curse of phones,
Oh, it sure is.
the curse of declining education, the curse of a financial crisis that looks just like a very different type of war,
Mm-hmm.
and the wanting and understanding how to get a dream come true, but not knowing how to go about it because of the guidance they are receiving. There's a
Yeah.
gap in every stage, and then top it all with everything they missed during the pandemic. So it's like they've developed so many skills, and then there's so many other skills that would give them tenacity and resilience.
Yeah.
But
That's
instead,
harder for them to get. Yeah.
it's harder for them to get. And the other funny thing is that it's not really funny. What I'm trying to say is like weird, is that it's all happening in an industry that has fewer and fewer opportunities.
Yeah.
So in a world with fewer opportunities, you have to be a Viking, more resilient, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
More competitive, more tough. You have to accept that it's going to be challenging to get where you want to get, or that you just have to forgo what you were told and you have to be ready to think outside the box.
That's right.
Because you're living in an era that none of us had it as our innate knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
We adapted to this, but really
Yeah.
our knowledge was completely different. And I guess I'm talking about, what are we, millennials? I don't know. I'm a millennial, I think.
You and I
Millennial.
are elder millennials. Yeah.
Yeah,
I am the baby of this trio here, but not by much.
the 90s, man. They're vintage now.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
Yeah.
they've been giving, like they have like all these gifts and then all these limitations that are not allowing them to get to that goal that they so see, right? They envision.
Yeah.
And what makes it worse for them is that they have been raised in a society of instant gratification.
Yeah.
I was literally just going to say instant gratification is the name of that game.
There is simply none of that in this field.
That lack of having the resilience and the tenacity to just keep on going steadily and slowly until you get the coin or until you get the reward is a teaching that is absent. And in the absence of that teaching, they lack this knowledge that they have to increase their capacity, their threshold for failure.
Yes,
and
for discomfort,
the increase of discomfort. Times. Yes. And it's these things that make it possible to have a career in not just the music industry, but in the arts.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about the arts.
Right.
Like so well said.
And they stay in a mindset of constantly learning instead of learning to apply.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about mindset is the most important thing that we need to help Gen Z shift. If we shift their mindset, they have all the tools they need to be far more successful than us in 10 years from today.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of the same, stuff that you hear that you need to hear because it's truth, but you wrapped it up in a very lovely and very entertaining package, which is great.
And we've heard like people say things in similar manners, but I honestly feel like this was a masterclass
in just the philosophy of being for an artist.
Yeah, just being a person who wants things in life. How do you get from A to B? I mean, I'm super inspired.
Yeah, this was a very music or anything else session, which was great.
Yes.
Go.
Well, we've taken up too much of your time. You've been awfully generous, and we're very, very grateful.
So generous.
Thank you so much for spending your evening with us.
To enjoy humans that have good energy.
That's right.
Yay, I'm glad you had a good time. We so appreciate you coming on, and this is going to be an electric episode for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We'll love it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
We'll
and can't wait to hear and see what's next for you.
Send me your emails for my newsletter too. I can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'll send it.
We'll put your website on there too.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
We'll do it.
Awesome.
All righty. So long.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
There you go. That was a lot of fun.
Told you.
Yeah, that was great.
I knew that she'd be a great guest, but honestly, it got way more philosophical than I thought it would in a very good way. Good find. I'm glad that you connected with her, and I'm glad that connected her with the pod. That's great. Yeah, awesome. Me too. It's a great episode 1 of season 10.
Yeah, I think season 11 is off to just a fantastic start.
It is.
Yeah.
Season 20, incredible.
Oh boy, did you finish that lovely meal of yours?
Nope.
No, it's cold now.
I don't even know where it is.
The cat's probably ate it by now.
He's literally the cat's been here this whole time. He's like, bitch, why are you paying attention to me? He actually turned 17. Like,
I know, you mentioned that.
Yeah, it's insane. He's elder as hell, but he's good. He meowed a few times. I'm sure that got picked up. But...
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, good. Very cool. This was great.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you. Thanks, Jackie.
Of course. Thanks, Marty.
Yeah, thanks to everybody listening. Follow us on Instagram and all the socials and all of that. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone you know. And we'll catch y'all on
the next one.
Yes.
Thank you. Boom. Da, 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 da. That was terrible.